tuning into Mirror Now this morning, and let's begin with the top focus. Uneasy calm prevails in NCR district of Haryana 2 days after the new violence. In fact, death toll relating to the violence and clashes in Haryana has now gone up to 5. Nearly 80 people have been arrested so far and over 40 FIRs have been registered across Haryana. Now on Tuesday, several shops and buildings were set ablaze and vehicles were torched in areas of Gurugram. One person has been shot dead in Sector 57 while another was injured. Fresh instances of violence come even as cops repeatedly claim the situation is under control. Now, schools will reopen in Gurugram but stay shut in neighbouring Sohna district. However, all fuel stations have been strictly barred from selling loose petrol and diesel. Several districts in UP as well, which share a border with Delhi NCR, have also been put on alert. My colleague Ishika joins me on the broadcast to give us details from Gurugram. Ishika, we know there is an uneasy calm that prevails in NCR district of Haryana 2 days after the new violence, and the death toll has also now gone up to 5 with nearly 80 people arrested and 40 FIRs being registered.
Well, yes, Priyanka, as you rightly mentioned, 48 hours, after we saw the communal violence that in fact broke out in the new district. And now, in fact, we are seeing that the instances of violence has now spread to many districts of Gurugram here. Now, yesterday, in fact, the DC claimed that the situation is under control. But we saw, the fresh violence that was reported from, Sector 70 of Gurugram, from where we are currently reporting here. And we are showing you the visuals that this is the particular shop that was burnt yesterday. This we are being told by the official that this was a scrap shop that was put in fire by some miscreants here. Definitely trying to put the law and order out of the situation here. Now, certainly, nobody was injured here, but you can clearly see that, there are certain residential areas also nearby. So definitely the people also, there was a bit of fear in their minds. But right now we'll show you the visuals. The PCR van here has arrived. Now the PCR was yesterday also here. The police were on spot and we saw how, very dramatic visuals came from here. But the police claimed that after 1 or more hour, around 11 at night, the situation was brought under control. Now we are also getting to know that this particular fire that you are seeing right now in the visuals, now this has risen again because of the bad weather here, but the PCR van is here to, bring the situation under control. Now, if we talk about the internet suspension here, in Gurugram, the DC still claims that the situation is under control. More and more security forces have been deployed here, and that is why, the internet has not been suspended as of yet in Gurugram. No particular prohibitory order has been put in place. The schools, in fact, except for the schools in Sohna sub-district, all the schools are, asked to be open from today itself. So certainly, we are seeing that the violence is, definitely currently being reported, which is definitely a very much worrying factor here. And we'll have to wait and watch, till what time will, the authorities be able to calm down the situation here. Over to you.
All right, Ishika, appreciate you joining us and also showing us around the area in Gurugram that continues to burn at this point in time. The situation, as per the cops, seems under control, but the stories and the visuals say something else. Now, in the wake of prevailing tensions, Haryana officials are concerned about the misuse of social media, observing that hateful content shared on social media can be dangerous. Both New and Gurugram district administrations have urged people to refrain from posting content that could hurt the religious sentiments and instigate unrest. Ishika still with us to give us details on this. Ishika, as we see that the tensions are prevailing, now the administrations in Haryana have now called up on the misuse of social media. They are concerned, they're observing that the hateful content which is shared on the social media can be dangerous.
Well, Well, yes, Priyanka, after we saw, the instances and the dramatic visuals of violence, that we saw from the New district and from the adjoining district as well, definitely there was, a complete responsibility on the authority to bring back, the law and order situation. And in Gurugram, if we talk about, the internet was not suspended, but definitely the DC Gurugram, he appealed to each and every resident here to, to not use social media to instigate any kind of hatred that would in fact, only instigate this violence even more. So here at the moment in Gurugram, no internet is suspended, but definitely request has been made to every resident who is residing here to not use social media to spread fake news at this very crucial time. Now, apart from that, if we talk about the other orders that have been given, certainly all the fuel stations have been strictly prohibited from, selling any loose petrol here, because definitely that is one of the major cause of arsony that we are seeing here from, many districts here in, in Haryana as well. Now, if we talk about the other districts, adjoining districts like Faridabad and Manesar, there definitely the internet has been suspended. Certain orders have been put in place, but at the moment in Gurugram, the authority still claims that the situation is under control. There are certain instances that have, come up, like this scrap shop getting burnt, but they are still claiming that they are getting everything under control. Over to you.
All right, Rishika, thank you for getting us the details on that story. Shifting